She's so fine. Hell of her, blows my mind. Hell of her, lights my day.
What's good, guys? Let's follow up on this Kalecia Pinky Williams story coming out of Atlanta the day after Christmas. This story comes out of Fox 5 Atlanta. New video shows final moments leading up to teen's death at Atlanta hotel. It's published on January 26. Family and friends of Kalecia Williams, the 16-year-old who was shot to death at the Hyatt Regency a month ago, gathered at that hotel Tuesday, not just to remember her, but to call attention to new details about the case. Atlanta police said a teenager was arrested in connection to her death, and her family said that's not enough. As they said, they're slowly piecing together information themselves that lead them to believe more people should be held accountable for their loved one's death. For hours Tuesday, 24 friends and family members of 16-year-old Kalecia Williams shouted her name from the Hyatt Regency where she was last seen alive. It was just a lot of foul play, and I'm trying to put all the pieces together because I don't feel like the system is doing enough to help me, her mother April Smith spoke exclusively with Fox 5. On December 26, 2020, Pinky, as her family calls her, was supposed to go to a chaperoned holiday party at an Airbnb, but they said they later realized another parent paid for the stay at the Hyatt Regency. She was responsible for getting the hotel room for these minors. Her name was on the hotel room for these minors, so I feel like she should be held accountable for my daughter's death as well, Smith said. Her mother said she wasn't notified of her daughter's death until 8 hours. 8 hours after she was pronounced dead. The video shows a happy Kalecia making a TikTok video. She appeared startled when someone comes into the room. Within seconds, the video ends. What happened after she made that last TikTok video at 12:02 a.m. and she was dead at 12:23 a.m.? 20 minutes later? I need answers, Smith said. There are still no concrete answers outside of an arrest, according to Atlanta police, but a South Carolina woman just connected with the family days ago. I just got a chill in my body when she called me and my wife, Ronnie Savoy, Kalecia's stepfather, said. Kalecia Starkey said she stayed at the hotel during the chaos. They were shouting, "What hotel we at? What hotel?" She was panicking, she remembered. I seen two guys coming out the elevator with a little girl holding her. One had one leg, one had the other, and they were saying she had been shot, Starkey said. Starkey said she held the 16-year-old's hand as they waited for first responders to arrive. She said she has only told the family and Fox 5 about those desperate moments to find help for Pinky after connecting with the teen's stepfather on social media. She said she took a video of EMTs trying to resuscitate Pinky, which only makes the family even more suspicious. The young girl said they moved my daughter's body because of the blood, but when we look at the video from the woman from South Carolina, there was no blood. So we want to know the reason why you took her from the floor to the lobby, Savoy said. Derek Morrow, area vice president and general manager of the Hyatt Regency Atlanta, released the following statement on Tuesday regarding the incident. I haven't even read it, and I can go ahead and tell you it's bullshit. Quote, "The safety and security of our guests and colleagues is always a top priority. We were deeply saddened by the isolated situation that occurred at Hyatt Regency Atlanta on December 26, 2020, and our thoughts go out to those who have been affected. The hotel fully cooperated with local authorities related to the incident. Out of respect for the privacy of those involved, we cannot share more specific details on the isolated incident," end quote. Pinky's family is urging any witness to come forward and talk to the Atlanta Police Department, even if it is anonymously.
Atlanta police have charged one teenage boy in the shooting death of 16-year-old Kalecia Williams. It happened at the Hyatt Regency a month ago today.
But during a protest today, her family says they are slowly piecing together information themselves that leads them to believe more people should be held accountable for her death.
News Edge reporter Alex Whitler explains.
It's been 1 month since Kalecia Pinky Williams was shot to death here at the Hyatt Regency in Atlanta. Her family says they won't stop protesting her death until they feel as though she's received justice.
No justice, no peace.
For hours Tuesday, 24 friends and family members of 16-year-old Kalecia Williams shouted her name from the Hyatt Regency where she was last seen alive.
A lot of foul play, and I'm just trying to put all the pieces together because I don't feel like the system is doing enough work to help me.
December 26th, 2020, Pinky, as family calls her, was supposed to go to a chaperoned holiday party at an Airbnb, but they say they later realized another parent paid for their stay at the Hyatt Regency.
She was responsible for getting the hotel room for these minors. The hotel room was in her name, so I feel like she should be held accountable for my daughter's death as well.
Her mother says she wasn't notified of her daughter's death until 8 hours after she was pronounced dead. This video shows a happy Kalecia making a TikTok video. She appears startled when someone comes into the room. Within seconds, the video ends.
What happened after she made that last TikTok video at 12:02 and she was dead at 12:23? I need answers from 12:02 to 12:23.
Still no concrete answers outside of an arrest, according to Atlanta police. But this South Carolina woman just connected with the family days ago.
And I just got a chill in my body when she called me and my wife.
She says she stayed at the hotel during the chaos.
She was like, what hotel we at? What hotel? She was panicking. Like, she didn't know what was the name of the hotel. I seen 2 guys walking off the elevator with a little girl holding her. Holding one leg. One was holding one leg and the other one was holding the other leg, and they was saying she had been shot.
She says she took this video of EMTs trying to resuscitate Pinky, which only makes the family even more suspicious.
The young girl said that they moved my daughter's body because of the blood, but when we got the videotape from the lady from South Carolina, there was no blood. I guess she was bleeding eternally, so it wasn't no blood. So why was the reason that y'all take her from the floor down to the lobby?
If you saw something, Kalecia's family urges you to say something by contacting Atlanta police. Reporting in Atlanta, Alex Whitler, Fox 5 News.
So my question is this: if there were 2 young men who carried Pinky off of the elevator, where did the second young man come into play? Was he in the room? Did the person that was in the room with Pinky who shot her, did he stick his head out the door and yell down the hallway and get someone else? Mind you, this is 12:23 a.m. I'm curious what time she was in the lobby, why the police didn't speak to this second person. And getting back to the adult that rented the room for these people, these kids, I have been that parent that has rented a room for my son when he went to spring break in Florida. I'll say this much about it. My son was responsible, and he was responsible for everyone in that room, and he knew that, which also made me responsible because I rented the room and he didn't want to let me down. That's how we rolled. But every child that was in the room with him, or young adult, their parents knew where they were. They knew I was not there. They knew every detail. I spoke to them personally. But had something happened in that hotel room, it would have been on me. So I don't understand how this parent that rented this room is not being held accountable for renting this room. I don't understand that at all. Don't understand it. So I have a lot of questions about this case, quite honestly. And I'm not going to turn loose of it. I'm going to stay on it. Even if I have to call the police station, even if I have to do a FOIA, I'm going to do what I have to do. And I'm going to end the video on that note. Thanks for watching, guys.